Yes, I think my friends are already ready to learn today's lesson. And today we shall be learning some verbs which are always followed by to plus verb. And there are also some verbs which are followed by ing. Verb plus ing. Okay? So remember this. I will provide you with a list of words of verbs which are followed always by to plus verb. And I hope you will commit to memory all those words so that when you speak English or you write something in English, you don't make any mistake in connection with those words. And also, I shall provide you a list with words which are followed by verb plus ing. So if you commit to your memory, if you memorize all these verbs, then when you speak English or you write something in English, you will never forget these words and your English sentences will obviously be absolutely correct. Okay? So look at the whiteboard now here. I shall request you, as usual, to watch this video full screen so that you can understand what is written on this whiteboard. If you do not understand what is written on the board, it will not be possible for you to understand the very essence of this lesson. And please sit with an exercise book and a pen so that you can note down in your exercise book all these words, and it will help you to memorize these words. Otherwise, you have to watch this video a number of times. You may do that, there is no problem. That will be a kind of bonus to me because the viewers will increase in number then. All right? Okay, jokes apart. Now let us see. Some verbs are followed by ing and some are followed by to. So this is the heading. So you understand very well the nature of this lesson today. Let us see the verbs of which are followed by ing. These verbs should not be followed by any infinitive, should not be followed by to plus verb. Remember this. Verbs usually followed by ing are, this is the list. Okay? Note down all these words. I'm going to read out these words very loudly so that you can note down in your exercise book. Admit. Admit will be always followed by verb plus ing. Fancy. Postpone. Avoid. Finish. Risk. Consider. Imagine. Stop. Deny. Keep or keep on. Keep on is a phrase, you know. Suggest, enjoy, mind. In total, there are 14 words, and all these words are expected to be in your memory by tomorrow, so that so that you don't face any problem when you are using these words. So, what is the rule? Why should you memorize these words? These words are followed by verb plus ing. Let us make a few example sentences to consolidate our lesson. Admit. You have to admit talking to your enemies. Or he has admitted having stolen the ornament. The man has admitted having stolen the ornament. See here the structure. Admit plus have plus ing because it is in the past tense. The act of stealing is already over. And for that is only we are using having plus the second form of the verb. Next, fancy. I fancy going abroad for higher studies. I fancy plus go verb plus ing going. I fancy going abroad for higher studies. Next, postpone. He has postponed meeting his colleagues. Today he is supposed to meet his colleagues, but because of certain appointments, he may have some business today, some other business. For that reason, he has postponed meeting his colleagues some other day. Okay, so see here, postpone plus meet verb plus ing, postpone meeting. Avoid. He always avoids talking to me. I don't know why he always avoids talking to me. Avoid is followed by talk. That's the verb plus ing. He avoids talking to me. Okay. Next, finish. He has finished eating. He has finished eating. Finished plus eat is a verb. eat plus ing. He has finished eating. Risk. You should not talk to your friends in the examination hall, then you may risk being disqualified. You may risk B plus ing. You may risk being disqualified. Consider. Have you considered passing the file? He is a government employee maybe, so you are asking, sir, have you considered passing my file? Passing my file? Imagine, I, from time to time, imagine flying high in the sky like a bird. So, imagine plus fly plus ing. Stop. Stop talking nonsense. Stop talking nonsense. Talk is a verb plus ing. Talking. Deny. The thief has denied having stolen the ornament. He has denied. That means he has not admitted. What has he not admitted? Having stolen the ornament. So he has denied having stolen the ornament. Why having stolen, not stealing? Because the act of stealing has already taken place. So we are using have plus ing. Next, keep or keep on. Please keep on studying throughout the night. Tomorrow you have your examination. Please keep on studying throughout the night. Keep on here in the sense of continue studying. Continue is not always followed by verb plus ing. Continue may be continue to study. So continue may be followed by verb plus ing or to plus verb. Next is suggest. I suggest going to the cinema today. I suggest plus verb go plus ing. Here in this context, I would like to tell you there are some verbs here which may be followed by verb plus ing, or you may use a that clause. For example, this word suggest, but not in case of all the words. This rule applies to some words only. Suggest. I suggest that we go to the cinema today. I suggest that we go to the cinema today. So that clause may be used after suggest. Enjoy. Enjoy is always followed by the verb plus ing. For example, I enjoy watching English movies. I enjoy plus watch is a verb plus ing. I enjoy watching English movies. Then mind, M-I-N-D. Do you mind shutting the door, please? Do you mind plus shut is the verb form. With this, we are using ing. Do you mind going there? Do you mind telling the headmaster that I shall not go to school today? Do you mind plus tell plus ing. So all these words I have already explained with example sentences. So now you make some sentences of your own with these words following this rule and write down in the comment box so that I can see whether you have learned this particular rule properly or you are likely to make some mistakes yet. If you make some mistakes, don't worry, I shall address your mistakes individually. Okay? Let's move on to the next one. Verbs usually followed by to, are. So here is the list of verbs which are always followed by to plus verb. These verbs are not followed by verb plus ing. So these 14 verbs are followed by verb plus ing, and here next there are 15 verbs. All these verbs are followed by to plus verb. And it is, of course, very important for you to retain these words in your memory. And for that reason, I shall advise you to memorize these words. There is no alternative to memorization, okay? Because you cannot learn otherwise. These words you have to memorize, I have to memorize, even an expert will have to memorize these words. Otherwise, there is every possibility that we will make mistakes. Let us see the words. Number one, afford. A-F-F-O-R-D, afford. Afford is followed by to plus verb. He doesn't afford to buy an apartment in that posh area. That's a very posh area. Generally, the rich people live in that area. So he is not so rich. He doesn't afford to buy an apartment there or a flat. Number two, fail. He has failed to score high in the examination this year. He generally scores high in the examination every year, but this year he has failed to score. Fail, after that to, then score. He has failed to score high in the examination. Next, offer. I offered to help him. I offered to help him. Offer, after that to plus verb help. I always offer to help my friends. Next, agree. Do you agree to go with me? Do you agree to plus go, verb. Okay, next, forget. He has forgotten to make an important telephone call. You are supposed to make an important call. He has forgotten to plus verb make. He has forgotten to make an important call. Next, plan. Have you planned to go abroad for a visit? Next, arrange. Arrange may be followed by for plus an object. Okay, then to plus verb. Will you arrange for me? Will you arrange for me to meet the principal? Will you arrange for me to meet the principal? Now you see, to meet the principal we are saying, but before that we are using for plus the object. Do you arrange for me to meet the principal? Next is hope. I hope to recover very soon. Say I'm suffering from some minor disease. So I hope to recover, I hope to get well very soon. Promise. He has promised to marry that poor girl. He has promised, then to, then marry. Marry is the verb. He has promised to marry the poor girl. Next, decide. Have you decided to arrange a function, a musical function? Have you arranged? Have you decided? Or have you decided to talk to your father about that? Have you decided? Then to plus verb talk. Then learn. I have learned. I have learned to speak English. You need to learn to speak French as well. Okay? Next, refuse. He has refused to obey his boss. Refuse, then to, then obey. Obey is a verb, so before that to. Deserve. He deserves to live better. He's living in a certain condition. Now you are saying, considering his qualities, he deserves to live a better life. Manage. He has managed to succeed in the examination somehow. Next, threaten. The headmaster has threatened to complain to your father. Threatened to complain to your father. So there are 15 words. Before that, you have learned 14 words. These 14 verbs are followed by verb plus ing. These 15 verbs are followed by to plus verb. Remember this, then let us move on to the next segment of the lesson. Some verbs can be followed by ing or to with a difference of meaning. There are some verbs, English verbs, which may be followed by to or verb plus ing. But remember, the meaning is different. When you use these words with to plus verb, they mean something, and when you use these words with verb plus ing, then they mean something else. And what are those words? It is important for us to learn those words. Here you see, I remember doing something. It's a very simple construction. I remember followed by verb plus ing. I remember doing something. What's the meaning? I did it and now I remember this. The action is over. Okay? Action is over. Now I remember the action. So you are saying I remember doing something. This action is not yet to take place, but it has already taken place. And now you remember that. Next one. I remembered to do something. Here you see remember is followed by to plus verb. I remembered to do something. What is the meaning? See here. I remembered that I had to do it, so I did it. That means I remembered. What did I remember? I would have to do something. I hadn't done it, but I would have to do it. So the action is not yet over. So I remembered to do something. I remembered that I had to do it, so I did it. Why did you do it? I remembered to do it. So, as I remembered that I was supposed to do something, I did it. Next, I regret doing something. Regret is a verb followed by verb plus ing. Doing. I regret doing something. What is the meaning? I did it and now I am sorry about it. The action is already over. And now I am sorry about that action. That means I repent. I regret doing something. Once again, see, I did it. That means the action is already over. I am sorry that I have to, I did it and now I am sorry about it. I'm not sorry. Why am I sorry? I did something wrong. So I'm sorry about it. So I regret doing something. Next, I regret, here is a to plus verb. I regret to tell you that, here you understand, regret, the same verb is being used. But in this example, regret is followed by verb plus ing, and the second example, regret is followed by to plus the simple present form of the verb. I regret to tell you that. What's the meaning? I am sorry that I have to tell you that. That means I'm going to tell now. The act of telling is not yet over. So, this construction. I regret to tell you that. I regret to tell you that I have made a mistake. I am sorry that I have to tell you. I'm very sorry that I have to tell you. What have I to tell you? That something. The boss says to the employee, I regret to dismiss you. I regret to dismiss you. That means I have not yet dismissed you, but I'm going to, and I'm sorry about that. But if I say, I regret dismissing you, that means I have already dismissed you, and now I regret as a boss. Next one. Go on doing something. Go on is a phrase which is followed by verb plus ing, and also may be followed by verb, to plus verb, but with a difference. Go on doing something. The meaning is to continue with the same thing. Say you are working, I'm telling you, what will you do now? Oh, I go on working up to 5 o'clock. I shall go on working up to 5 o'clock. That means I shall continue to work up to 5 o'clock. Go on simply means continue. Next one, go on to do something. Go on, here you see, to plus verb. Go on to do something. Do or say something new. That means I am studying now. Now, at this point, my studies are over, so I'm saying that now I shall go on to look for a job. So something new. I'm going to start something new. I have been studying now. I have been studying in the sense I'm going on. I have been going on studying for last 6 years, and now the course is gone through. Now I shall go on to look for a very lucrative job, very attractive job. So you understand now that there should not be any confusion. I shall once again request you to simply memorize these 14 words and write down in your exercise book that these 14 words are followed by verb plus ing. And of course, there are some words here which may be also followed by that clause, as I have cited the example with the word suggest, but not in case of all. Remember this. And then we have learned 15 more words. And these 15 verbs are followed by to plus verb. These verbs are not followed by verb plus ing. Remember, if you use these verbs with verb plus ing after them, then you will be wrong. So it is better for you to memorize simply, and then you can understand the difference between these 14 verbs and these 15 verbs. Then we have also learned some verbs which are used both with ing and to. But we have to remember there is a difference in the meaning. So it is not that these words may be used with ing or to meaning the same. Not that. Meaning gets different. So it is very important for us to remember these words so that when we make sentences with these words, we do not walk into the trap. All right? What else about this lesson? This lesson will help you enormously, will help you immensely, I think at least. If you see that these lessons are helping you, then consider giving me a like. Consider giving me a like. Here you see the word consider. Consider plus verb plus ing. Consider giving me a like. You must also consider subscribing to this channel. Consider plus subscribe. Subscribe is a verb plus ing. Consider subscribing to this channel. Without your help, it is very difficult for us to carry on with what we are doing now. Okay? And your one subscription is a huge inspiration for us. So please do subscribe to this channel. And also I will tell you that if you don't like this lesson, if you feel that this lesson hasn't helped you in any way at all, give us a dislike. But I shall request you to mention the reason for the dislike in the comment box. If you mention the reason, then I shall try my best. I shall do my damnedest to remove that mistake from my teaching style so that the lessons help you in the days to come. Thank you very much. See you again in the next session. Bye-bye.
I want to speak out against the motion because actually after taking bath, I grew up in this secular atmosphere, and if at this age I am dreaming about